Look at that. I'm actually alive. Oh yeah, and I'm also drawn in MS Paint. That's pretty cool. But hey, let's get started on the video. Whoa! Hello everyone. Now first off, any old viewer of mine might be a little confused. I don't usually make death battle videos, but this is something that has been on my mind for a while. And this matchup definitely needs the recognition it deserves. To any new viewers, hello! Now, before I get into this, I kindly ask you to like and subscribe. That would be very appreciated. Also, before getting into this, there are some spoilers for The Cruel King and the Great Hero and Paper Mario. So if you've been getting into that and don't want to be spoiled, you should probably click off. Anyways, let's get on into it. Now, first off, I'm gonna be completely honest, I don't think this matchup will happen due to certain factors. I mean, who knows, it could. I will address these later, but for now, let's explain why this is peak. To say why this matchup is truly underrated, we need to summarize their stories briefly. The Cruel King and the Great Hero follows a young girl named Yu, whose main goal is to defeat the malevolent Demon King and become the great hero her late father once was. On the way, she meets friends, helps so many people in the monster village, and visits many stunning and bizarre places. She eventually fights the Demon King, who's revealed to be her adoptive father, the Dragon King. Yu defeats him but gets brutally wounded by Arthur, one of the Dragon King's servants, who then betrays the Dragon King to unleash his master's old form, the Demon King. After going through a mini depression arc and passing a nightmarish trial, she fights Arthur and the Demon King. In the end, she spares and restores the Dragon King, saying she'd rather not be a hero if it means slaying her father. This story concludes with a powerful message at the end. Being a hero doesn't mean how many you have slain, but how many you have saved. Arthur eventually sees the error of his ways, and the story has a happy ending. Also, by the way, I don't know when to mention this, but I actually found out Yu actually is aware of the fourth wall. She knows she's inside the storybook and actually can visit other worlds. And also, she apparently watched her own stream, or something. Someone actually played her game and she watched the stream. That's an actual thing that she did. I just wanted to mention that. That was kind of funny. Now for Paper Mario, we will be shortly summarizing this since there are so many games. I also say we, because Plush and stuff helped me with this summary. Also shout out to him. He's the biggest Paper Mario fan I know, and thank you very much, bro. Also, surprise! You'll be narrating this section.
Hey everybody, it's the famously inactive Plush and Stuff here to give you a Paper Mario briefing. Thanks Mega for having me here. Anyways, let's get started here. The Paper Mario series follows Paper Mario, shocker I know, as he travels through many fantastical worlds and such. From a nerdy lizard's fortress run by Cat Maid to the dilapidated dungeon of an ancient demon, this guy's seen it all. He's made plenty of friends during his adventures, including species that normally fight against him like Goombas. He and his buddies typically have to solve puzzles and fight baddies to confront a world-threatening entity and save the day. So, basically just Kirby. He's pretty strong as seen through his multiple instances of defending the world and even in some cases the multiverse. Paper Mario is still one of the best heroes, in my opinion, saving lives and helping people along the way while making friends. I love Paper Mario.
Thank you, Plush and Stuff, for that beautiful narrating. But now, looking at their stories, both show incredible heroism, helping people along the way, making friends, all that. From this, we can see that both have pretty similar thematics. If you are still not convinced, there's still to go off of next on... Now onto the connections. Credits to Stars House Discord. Both are two storybook RPG protagonists who long for adventure and strive to protect the innocent from evil. Both went on journeys to fight a demon to save a town and the world as a whole. On their journey, someone close to them was possessed by the true antagonist in order to obtain ultimate power. Both fight a dark parallel of themselves at one point and even dragons. Both recruit friends on their side along the course of their journey to help them throughout their quest, usually being non-humans, but occasionally taking up arms with friends and close families such as a princess, who is always accompanied by a parasol. Which these friends, through sheer belief, manage to give these heroes the strength to overcome the most hopeless circumstances. Both sported a variety of elemental attacks, badges, and even the power to wish upon spirits. Their main choice is a wooden melee weapon that is upgraded throughout the game. Both follow the same chapter-based progression system and even sports bestiaries to identify enemies. At one point, they both die or get injured because of the true antagonist, and they are sent to the afterlife where they complete a trial in order to return and complete their quest. And finally, both have a knack for being blessed with some sort of weapon that is always somehow the weakness of the final boss. Now, on the surface, this fight seems like a Stomp, a girl with a sword that scales to a dragon compared to Paper Mario who's fought multiverse level villains? I can see the doubt here, but you'll be wrong. Yu scales higher due to feats from characters in game, and by looking at official artwork from the creators, Yu also has various ways to keep Paper Mario on his feet, and even ways of winning. Even if it is a Stomp, Death Battle has done Stomps before, and they have delivered it perfectly. Think of, for example, Tetsuo vs Magneto or SpongeBob vs Aquaman. The list goes on. Next, we go to the main problem this matchup has, which is other matchups. Now, out of all the matchups for Paper Mario, why is this special? To do that, let's go over some of Paper Mario's more popular matchups. We have two examples here that will be mentioned. We get to one of his most popular opponents, Archie Sonic. Now don't get me wrong, I can see the reason why people think this matchup is super fire, along with it having very awesome animation potential. But this fight would probably just be another Mario vs Sonic, with it maybe being a little cooler. Along with the fact that Archie Sonic probably has better matchups out there, and Paper Mario most likely would just be defeated by absolutely crazy Archie scaling. Another example is Epic Mickey, which is another popular matchup of Paper Mario. As I said with Archie Sonic, I can see why this matchup would be cool. Now, credit to the Raptor for saying this, but Mickey does have better matchups out there other than Paper Mario. Another thing is that Epic Mickey isn't that unique to have a standalone episode of him, since it's just pretty much just Mickey but having a slightly different moveset. While Paper Mario has many differences from normal Mario, to the point where they're just completely separate characters. But I could be wrong. Now that this is out the way, we can state why Yu is much a better opponent for him. First, the animations and visuals for this fight could be stunning, since both have storybook type aesthetics. Due to their wide array of abilities, they could put a seriously entertaining fight. Since Yu has storybook powers and can use fountains to teleport, the setting could be constantly changing, making the fight super entertaining. Second, as stated before, this matchup has the most connections and thematics of any opponent Paper Mario has. Third, the music potential could be amazing. If you ever listen to the Cruel King and the Great Hero OST, I recommend it, cause it's absolutely beautiful. Along with Paper Mario's fire music, both can go together and make a masterpiece. The song could start tame, as the fight progresses, it could get more intense, as their songs blend together perfectly, with Yu's peaceful but intense music, while Paper Mario's music is mostly electronic and intense. Who doesn't want to see that? Also fourth, the final reason. This matchup is probably Paper Mario's most unique matchup. If you haven't noticed already, Paper Mario has a lot of matchups that are quite literally just alternate versions of other characters. This opponent gives him more of an original character to work with without just using an alternate version of a character. Also, on top of that, this could give the Cruel King and the Great Hero more recognition that it deserves, since this game is actually pretty niche and most people don't know that. Anyways, this concludes this section. This brings us to the end of the video. I hope this changed your view on this matchup, and I hope this becomes an episode in Death Battle in the near future, but I'm not too sure since how niche it is. But this is all just an opinion, and if you don't like it, it's just fine. We have our own opinions about other things too. I also want to mention that this matchup specifically actually made me want to play the Cruel King and the Great Hero, and I'm glad I did because it showed me an absolutely beautiful game with a wholesome storyline. This also gave me more interest in Paper Mario, in which I've been meaning to play the new game, The Thousand Year Door. Anyways, goodbye everyone! Oh, and also, Death Battle's Kickstarter has ended, and I am hyped for this new season. I am so glad Death Battle is finally back, and I hope to see what they cook soon. Alright, for real this time, goodbye!